Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel's Mike's Talks and Thoughts here, back again with another The Last of Us weekly review here. And today we have Season 1, Episode 2, Infected. This, of course, the series I'm doing on my channel of The Last of Us weekly reviews here. If you haven't watched up until Season 1, Episode 2 yet, definitely come back into this video once you have, because it will be going into spoilers. I'm just going to be going in and giving my overall thoughts on this episode here. So this episode here of The Last of Us, man, after that banger of a first episode, it was the first episode on my channel here on weekly reviews that I gave a 10 out of 10 to. I just felt that pilot was so immaculate, so great. The tension, the storytelling, the beginning of the story was so great and so well crafted, man. I really want to see how they were going to follow it up, and they did a pretty solid job here with episode 2. It first starts out with the outbreak in Indonesia. They mentioned that sort of at the start of the first episode, that the outbreak started in Indonesia. And again, they don't really know what caused it. I mean, they kind of have the idea of this parasite infection, but they say that, someone just got infected and were attacking people and other people were getting infected by it, and how there's no cure, no vaccine. And the lady just says you're gonna have to just bomb everything, like nothing is going to stop this from spreading. So that was just a really big wake-up call to another point of view of seeing it from the start. And now we fast forward to Joel, Tess, and Ellie here going from the quarantine zone, and of course trying to meet up with the Fireflies to exchange Ellie here, and also for Joel to try and reunite with his brother here. And the episode definitely starts off slow at first. We still get some more explanation of sort of like this zombie or what kind of causes it. And you see all these zombies here. They're like all lined up, maybe like 100 of them, and how they're all connected by this parasite that kind of goes through, and it's crazy. But where this episode really picks up is where the museum scene, where they go into this museum and you just see these fucking, I don't even know how to describe them. They're like alien looking, man. Zombies, man. And like I said in the first episode, these things aren't walkers like the Walking Dead, man. They are runners. They will sprint at you full speed, man. My heart was like pounding, man. I'm like, oh my God. Like, that scene was so intense and so epic, man. Seeing just this two of them, like, going after them, it was crazy. And of course, we sort of learn a little bit more on Ellie and how she is infected, but how she's going to be the key to solving this. And that's the whole purpose behind Marlene sending her in the first place, is because she is infected and doesn't turn. So seeing how that's going to go and leading up into where it's going to move forward for the story, I'm very, very excited to see that. But yeah, man, that museum scene was crazy. And we get to see more banter back and forth between Joel, Ellie, and Tess here. Just them kind of bickering here and trying to figure stuff out. And wow, just that scene chasing them, and just that horrific looking zombie, man. It was crazy to see. And then we see that Ellie here gets bit again by these things, but now also Tess is bitten here. She shows that her shoulder area was bitten as well. And it's crazy because, man, I thought Tess, like I said in my first review here, I know a little bit about The Last of Us, but I've never played the game. I just know kind of the bare bones of the original concept of the story and a few of the characters, but I did not realize that Tess was going to go this early on, man. I thought she was going to be a main player through all of Season 1, man. I did not expect this at all. I was like, wow. Like, I had a feeling like when Ellie got bit, I was like, okay, they're going to have Ellie get bit and, they'll kind of brush it off. But Tess now getting involved, and then them, they're trying to find the people that they're trying to connect with, and they're all shot dead and, infected as well, you can see. And they're just losing their mind, not knowing what to do. And then Joel, his group here ends up waking up this horde like of 100 of them, and they go crazy. And of course Tess gives her final speech to save Ellie. Joel and Ellie go, and Tess is going to hold off these other walkers here that are coming in, or zombies I should say. they come, flying in, man, like they do. And Tess over here is able to set off this huge explosion that takes care of all of them. And now, of course, following Joel and Ellie as they go and continue on this journey. I think season 1's going to be just crazy. And for this episode, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It really is a little bit slow at first, but it really picks up in the back half of the episode. But I was never really watching the episode feeling like, oh, this is kind of boring or anything. I was still pretty hooked and pretty intrigued on what was going on. But it's just the back half of the episode really makes this one, and it stands out. It's a solid 9 out of 10 episode, man. Like The Last of Us, if it keeps delivering like this all season, this is going to go down as one of the best seasons ever, man. I absolutely am loving The Last of Us. I can't wait to see what they have in store for next week, and definitely stay tuned here on the channel for next week's review for episode number 3. So yeah, guys, that's going to do it. Take care and peace out.